to another episode of Trailer Trash Talk's Hurricane League Fantasy Talk. As always, I'm your host, Lil Stank. We're going to jump right into it. We're doing a quick week 2 breakdown, review. I was right calling this game, me versus Jordan. I obviously took home the W there. I did not make a prediction in the next game. Justin most definitely did, and my prediction would have hurt his feelings, but had I made a prediction, I would have been wrong on that one, with Justin just laying the hammer down on Blake. I called Johnny over Brian begrudgingly because Johnny gutted his team, and I was wrong. Mitchell beat Dusty. Thought that one would have went the other way had Jefferson not laid a shit burger it may have. So after 2 weeks, we have 2 teams at 2-0, a log jam at 1-1, and then 2 0-2 teams. What the fuck? And then that's going to lead us real quick into our week 3 matchups. Mitchell versus Stank. Alright, so right off the top, we'll get into me and Mitchell's game. I highly anticipate and expect to win this game in runaway fashion. But Mitchell, being the regular season wonder that he is, it would not shock me to see him get one of these early season meaningless victories that he's, so accustomed to. Quickly, Justin was pointing out to me yesterday when we were doing a bit of pre-planning on the show that he felt there was a comparison to be made between Mitchell and the hometown New Orleans Saints that he's so much a fan of, as far as having some great regular season success and then choking in the playoffs. And I had to remind him, I had to say, Justin, even the Saints won once, and for some reason, I guess because of all of Mitchell's talking about his regular season victories, Justin forgot that Mitchell had never, ever won a championship, and every time he had gotten close, had dismissed himself in embarrassing fashion. But no, it's just funny, I guess that shows what you can do when you try and control the narrative on something. Anywho, I expect to win, despite the fact that I have no players in my roster right now. My quarterback may or may not play. I pray to God his team does not try and give him some pain-numbing injection near the site of the injury. My receivers are shit, but I'll figure it out. Justin versus Brian with a Y. I really wish Justin could have been here for this recording, because he was spewing quite some shit yesterday predicting this matchup. The computer has this one fucking neck and neck. Justin 138.3 to Brian's 138. I think I'm actually going to have to lean Justin on this one. Not because I don't think Brian's team is good, but because Brian chose the worst good quarterback ever to tie his fate to this week. I think because of Kirk Cousins alone, I have to lean Justin in this one. Jordan versus Dusty. Yeah, this one, I don't know, there's a lot of question marks, like Etienne and Lamb and Pitts on the Dusty side, and it looks like Jordan's rolling out Brady and Antonio Gibson and Mike Williams, who all could be pretty big question marks. This one again is projected pretty much dead even. I'm a bit of a Tom Brady fan, so I'm gonna hope he's gonna do well, so I guess I'm gonna lean Jordan on this one, with Brady being the difference. Johnny versus Blake. want to interject real quick right here, introduce a new segment that we're going to start to sprinkle in here. This is Goat Corner, sponsored by Trailer Trash Talk's Hurricane League Fantasy Talk. Alright, so this is our new segment, Goat Corner, where we take a look at our self-proclaimed GOAT in our league and track his progression and his success throughout the year. The first 2 weeks have not been entirely GOAT-like, but my assumption to this point is Blake is showing us how a true champion can start off by taking a beating and come back victorious. Although, like I said, there have been a couple fairly bad-looking beatings. I'm sure he's doing that also to give confidence to the rest of us that have the advantage of playing him. What a great guy he is. But I think the overall assessment right now of his team would be...
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down.
Now back to the Week 3 preview. Alright, I think this may be one of the more interesting matchups of the week. Blake made a decision that I think may come back to haunt him depending on what the final score looks like. He went ahead and played Pat Freiermuth, and we now have news that Kittle is indeed returning. You have to wonder if there wasn't a better backup tight end somewhere on waivers than Pat Freiermuth. But I guess at the same time, I'm not going to talk too much shit. He did get 2 receptions for 41 yards, and thank you, Pat Freiermuth, to that. That literally saved my parlay. You had 0 receptions on 1 target, like midway through the 4th, and I was getting pretty pissed, but thanks for that. But Johnny also has a couple of interesting decisions he made on his bench. I think both would have potentially been better than Damian Harris in his flex. And also, let's not leave out the fact that Johnny has shot out to a 2-0 start, and Blake is, at this moment, 0-2. All right, well, that's going to be all for this episode. I feel confident in my picks. My team personally, I still don't know who's going to be on it come kickoff, but look, even with nobody on an active roster, the machine thinks that, my team's got a 3% chance at beating Mitchell's team, so I'm really not worried. When there's actual bodies on there, I'll be all right. But yeah, I guess other than that, y'all have a great day. Good luck, be safe, and suck my